and welcome back to my YouTube channel, #MovieBay. I am MovieBay, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a review over Love is Blind Season 6, Episode 10 through 12, the finale. But before I get too into it, though, I would like for y'all to drop down and hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Because here on MovieBay, I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. And if that is the type of content that you like, then you might as well stick around and hit the subscribe button. And if you find yourself enjoying my commentary along the way, don't be afraid to give me a thumbs up and or drop a comment down below. So without further ado, per usual, we're going to start with Actually, we're not going to start with the least interesting couples first because it's going to lead into the finale. So let's talk about them in the order that they break up. That means Jeremy and Laura are first. So last we left off, Jeremy spent all night and all morning with Sarah Ann, quote unquote, just talking in the parking lot. Even when Jeremy tells his mother what happened, she can smell the BS on his breath. Ain't nobody believing your story. And if you really were just talking till 5:30 in the morning, because we've all had car conversations, right? That's a real thing. However, when you are in a relationship, when you are engaged, that is inappropriate behavior. Then you lied about it. You say you was in the parking lot all night when you really took old girl home. Just be honest. Just be real. So at the barbecue, we find out that Jeremy and Laura haven't talked in like the past 3-4 days. And he said that she is being mean to him. Jeremy, what did you think she was supposed to act like? Just be like, oh, that's okay. No. He said he's trying to send her flowers and, make it up to her. And she's not here for it. Well, duh. Like, what did you expect? Oh, that's okay. Yes, I'll accept your flower. No. So he says to his homeboys that he doesn't want to fight for a person like that. You didn't want to fight anyways. Because the narcissism on Jeremy, bro. The narcissism on Jeremy, bro. He is upset that she's upset with him. Are you dumb? Like, when I tell y'all I did not see this coming from Jeremy, yo. I did not see this coming from Jeremy, yo. So as Laura is talking to the girls, she talks about how she doesn't respect Sarah Ann. Okay? But I will give Laura her credit. She talks about how she doesn't respect Sarah Ann, and she also talks about how Jeremy is the one that is in the wrong because he's the one who has loyalty to her. She's not delusional to that. Some people always blame the other woman and not their man. She definitely blames both. And I agree with Laura. I don't have respect for you, boo. Because you knew what you were doing. He was engaged when you sent that message. You knew what you were doing, talking to him all throughout the night. You knew what you were doing. You were grown. You are well aware of the fact that you are talking to an engaged man. And he is also disrespectful because you are the one I'm engaged with. So I'm Team Laura, just like, let's go ahead and get to AD and Sarah Ann. So AD has to sit down with Sarah Ann, and she's really just trying to make sense of it all. So she asked Sarah Ann, did Jeremy leave the door open? And Sarah Ann replies, when he broke up with me in the pods, I could tell he didn't want to. Is that the door that was open, sis, in the pods? So it's not making sense to me, nor is it making sense to AD, because when she gets down to the meat of it, you were fully well aware that he was engaged when you sent that DM, and that is where you went wrong. Sarah Ann was talking about, I needed to get closure. I needed to say what's on my mind. No, get a diary. Go to therapy, because at that point, that man is engaged. If you see on social media that they broke up, then you can send a message for your closure. But I'm not in agreement with Sarah Ann. I feel like she was in the wrong. And ain't no way that you could flip it and spin it, sis. You was in the wrong for that. Now, when it comes to AD, I've been seeing people on the internet say that AD came out of her business. She always in somebody else's relationship. Only thing that I can agree with is that AD read Sarah Ann in a very nice, nasty way. It was in a really passive-aggressive way. That I can see, that I understand. However, AD is doing the job of the producers. AD is doing the job of the viewers. She's asking the questions that we very much so need to know. When it came down to Kenneth and Brittany, she asked the question that I would have asked. Maybe that's why I don't have a problem with it. She's asking the questions I would have asked. When it comes down to Sarah Ann, she's asking the questions I would have asked. I'm not gonna sit back. I'm about to go be messy. Yes, ma'am. And we on TV? Oh, it's about to be a show. Like, are you dumb? So then Sarah Ann and Jeremy whack asses. But these are two lame peas in the pods, bro. Of course, he's validating her and her feelings. No, you're not in the wrong. I don't think it was inappropriate. Of course, you have the right to. Of course, you agree. Of course. You're really trying to work to get that coochie nana that you say that you hadn't gotten yet. So she says that she's not sorry. And then they go ride jet skis. Let's go ahead and get into my favorite couple, y'all. Jimmy and Chelsea. And that was with all the sarcasm in my voice. Jimmy goes out one night with friends for a birthday, okay? Chelsea is upset because she doesn't want to be with somebody who likes to go out. And when I tell y'all, this girl is annoying as fuck. This girl is annoying, okay? Listen, let's take it step by step. I agree. I don't want to be with anybody either who likes to go out a lot. If you are club hopping every weekend or every other weekend, you're not the type of person for me. However, if you go out occasionally with your friends, I don't care. You can't deprive somebody of hanging out with their friends because that's not what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't agree with that. However, here's where it starts to get messy. At this point, Chelsea is really just throwing out things. She's saying that you were out. Who were you out with? You were out with girls. You were out with Jessica. You were out with this person. Where do you go when you're not here? Who do you text all day? When I tell y'all Chelsea was ringing in insecurities, I was just like, leave, Jimmy, leave right now. Walk out the door, Jimmy. Here's where Chelsea started to have a good argument. She says that she doesn't like him talking to his friends, his female friends, and going out with his female friends all the time. The friends that she met last episode. Then he says, they're just my friends. You've met them. We don't have an inappropriate relationship. And Chelsea blurts out, yes, y'all do. You effed her. You told me that you effed her. On the previews, we all thought she was talking about Jessica. Nope, talking about one of these female friends. Now, I didn't say this in my last review. However, I knew he smashed one of them, at least one of them. Because, let's be honest, we grown. Platonic friends are a dime a dozen. A dime a dozen. Chelsea told us that Jimmy has a big peen. I don't want to be stereotypical, but if a guy has a big peen, he gonna let somebody know that he got a big peen. Platonic friends, that's hard to come by. It really is. So that's how, statistically speaking, I knew that he smashed one, if not both of them females. Which one do y'all think it is, though? I think it was the loud one. This lady right here in the black, I think it was her because she was too loud, too boisterous. Oh, he doesn't do that. That's so not like him. Oh, he did what? He told you that? Type shit. Like, she knew too much information for me. In Drew, Jimmy, and Chelsea fashion, though, she starts crying. They make up. They're so freaking annoying. But let's fast forward a little bit. Because we all know about Jimmy and Chelsea. I mean, Jimmy and Jessica. He still has feelings for her. That's not really much of a storyline. But I do want to say, Sarah Ann turned out to be who we thought Jessica was going to be. Hit the thumbs up button if you understand where I'm coming from. Go ahead and get into Jimmy and Chelsea's breakup. Thank God. Thank whoever you believe in. Finally, somebody was mature enough to end this toxic relationship. This relationship was doomed from the beginning. From when he seen her, she wasn't his quote-unquote type. From all her whining and insecurities. From him saying that he refused to stop hanging out with his friends. This was just not female friends that he smashed before. This was not meant to be. And finally, somebody took the leap and made the decision. So Jimmy told Chelsea he cannot see himself marrying her. And it is mainly because, not only, but mainly because she told the secret that he smashed one of his best friends on TV and he asked her not to do that. That's why they had the conversation off camera, because he didn't want to have it on camera. But she brought that off camera conversation on camera, and he said that was the ultimate betrayal. Okay? Chelsea stuck on that one event. This shouldn't be the only reason, that one argument. No, bitch. It's multiple arguments. We are not compatible. We are not. And if you, honestly, Chelsea, if you don't want to be with a man who goes out all the time, why do you even still want to be with him? If you don't think that he loves you, why do you still want to be with him? If you aren't comfortable with him having female friends, why are you still with him? You should have made the decision to leave a long time ago too, sis. But thank goodness Jimmy finally stood up and ended this toxic relationship once and for all. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy. We are going to get into the couples that actually made it to the altar. But before we do that, I would like for y'all to drop down and hit the subscribe button, especially if you made it this far. That means you're enjoying my commentary. You're enjoying the content. So stick around for more. Okay? Hit that thumbs up button and leave your comments down below. Which guy shocked you the most this season? Was it Kenneth? Was it Jeremy? Or was it Jimmy? Out of those three people. Okay, let's go ahead and get into AD and Clay. So one of their main conflicts is their work schedules. And that is something that they are continuously working on. So Clay meets AD's mom, and AD's mom gives out some great advice. We all know that Clay is haunted with the fact that he is going to let AD down due to him not having any positive male role models in his life or seeing healthy black relationships in his life. So her mom gives him some great advice. No one is perfect. Take from your parents' success out of their marriage and not just the downfall of it. And commit to trying. Because right now he has a self-saboteur attitude, and that is going to damage the relationship. Boom. Shout out to AD's mom, because that was some dope advice. Now, another issue. After they meet his mom, Clay says he doesn't want to put a timeline on the marriage. And I'm thinking, what the did you come on the show for? I really think Clay was casted for the wrong show. I'm pretty sure he auditioned or applied for Too Hot to Handle, and they said, nah, we need an F-boy on Love is Blind. Let's put him on here instead. Because how do you get on Love is Blind where you know this is a love experiment that ends at the altar? It's like, 6 weeks, 8 weeks experiment that ends at the altar, and then you don't want to put a timeline on the marriage. Like, are you dumb? So AD lets it be known, I don't want to be a forever fiance. So if you say no at the altar, then we are breaking up. And I 100% agree with AD, because here's the thing. If you say no at the altar because you're not ready yet, that means you're just going to string me and drag me along until you are quote unquote ready. And guys like Clay will never be quote unquote ready. Boom. Let's go ahead and get into their wedding day. Now we're at the altar, and AD says her vows and says, I do. And now it's Clay's turn. And he says, I don't think it would be responsible for me to say I do. So essentially he said he don't. Now, I honestly was surprised. I didn't think he was going to say no. I didn't. Even though all the signs were there, something in my gut said, maybe one of these conversations seeped into his brain. Maybe, because we didn't buy dresses and suits and all of our family here just for you to say no? Or, in Clay's mind, not right now? In the words of my big sisters, he did not have to play dress up just to break up. Speaking of breaking up, Clay still wants to be with AD. On the altar, he said, I still rock with you. When I tell y'all, AD turned around, she said, y'all good? Y'all ready? Let's roll. Rough Riders, let's roll. And bounced up out that bitch. I said, period, AD, because I'm not about to sit here and listen to your bullshit. Now, she's back in her dressing room crying, and he goes and he talks to her. And he still wants to be with her. Here's the F-boy part of it all. Here's the narcissist part of it all. He still wants to be with her. And she has already told you, I do not want to be a forever fiance. So for you to get your way, think that you gonna have your cake and eat it too. I'm so happy she told him to leave. I didn't think she was gonna do it. Thought she was gonna fold, but she told him to leave. And claps for you, AD. Clap, clap, clap. Honorable mention, the side plot with Clay mama and daddy. T. She politely and maturely read him, yes, you met me, but you weren't good to me. And you know what? Clay might have a point. The F-boy syndrome, it has to be hereditary. Let's go ahead and get into the success story of the season, Johnny and Amy. They come to an agreement that they are more open to different types of birth control. Johnny gets Amy's dad's blessing, and when I tell y'all I cried. And their wedding was beautiful. I just really like their union. I think their love is honestly genuine and authentic and effortless. And I really can't say anything about them. Like, they had genuine concerns as a couple, like when to have kids and, you know, getting my father's blessing. But they worked through that in a mature fashion. Johnny didn't go cheat and go talk to somebody else. Amy wasn't yelling and crying and telling him come back, but leave, but stay, but go. They were a mature, loving couple, and I'm happy they were on this season to show, to be a good role model of what relationships and compromise should look like. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. Be sure you leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions down in the comment section below. The finale comes on March 13th. My hair will be done by then, so we can go live and talk about it if y'all want to. Y'all got to run up the engagement, though. Let me know y'all want that. Drop it down in the comments. Give me a thumbs up button. Let me know that y'all want to go live after the reunion airs. With that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.